I'm going to read Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 12 through to chapter 2 verse 1 again. Habakkuk chapter 1 verse 12. O Lord, are you not from everlasting? My God, my Holy One, we will not die. O Lord, you have appointed them to execute judgment. A rock you've ordained them to punish. Your eyes are too pure to look on evil. You cannot tolerate wrong. Why then do you tolerate the treacherous? Why are you silent while the wicked swallow up those more righteous than themselves? You have made men like fish in the sea, like sea creatures that have no ruler. The wicked foe pulls all of them up with hooks. He catches them in his net. He gathers them up in his dragnet. And so he rejoices and is glad. Therefore he sacrifices to his net and burns incense to his dragnet. For by his net he lives in luxury and enjoys the choicest food. Is he to keep on emptying his net, destroying nations without mercy? I will stand at my watch and station myself on the ramparts. I will look to see what he will say to me, and what answer I am to give to this complaint. Habakkuk has reminded himself who God is and the relationship he has with God. And then in verse 13, Habakkuk voices his second complaint. He knows now that God is bringing Babylon to execute judgment on Judah because of Judah's violence and injustice. But Habakkuk can't reconcile God's righteous hatred of evil and sin with his use of Babylon. Verse 13. Your eyes are too pure to look on evil. You cannot tolerate wrong. Why then do you tolerate the treacherous? Why are you silent while the wicked swallow up those more righteous than themselves? And at root, this is the question of evil. But Habakkuk asks, how, God, can you allow the wicked Babylonians to swallow up the more righteous Judah? But remember, this is the Judah Habakkuk describes in verses 3 and 4 of chapter 1. He describes them as wicked and violent, perverting justice. But according to Habakkuk, Babylon are more so. So it doesn't seem right what is about to happen. Why does God allow wicked governments or rulers around the world to persecute his people? Why does he allow his people to be tried and tested and the wicked seemingly to have an easy life? Habakkuk goes on to describe the situation with a fishing picture. At creation, God had made humankind in his image to rule over the rest of creation, including the fish of the seas. But now, Habakkuk pictures them as being like fish, with no ruler, ready to be plucked from the seas with hooks and nets by the wicked foe Babylon. Babylon gathers them up in his nets and rejoices at his plunder. So he makes his strength his God. He sacrifices to his nets. He burns incense to his dragnet. He worships his strength and military might because that is how he lives in luxury and with the choicest food. His God is his strength. And is this right? Habakkuk asks. Verse 17, is he to keep on emptying his net, destroying nations without mercy? This is the complaint that God will respond to in the next chapter. In Psalm 73, the psalmist writes this, I envied the arrogant when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. They have no struggles, their bodies are healthy and strong, they are free from the burdens common to man, they are not plagued by human ills. Therefore pride is their necklace, they clothe themselves with violence. From their callous hearts comes iniquity, their evil imaginations have no limits. They scoff and speak with malice, with arrogance they threaten oppression. Their mouths lay claim to heaven, and their tongues take possession of the earth. Therefore their people turn to them and drink up waters in abundance. They say, how would God know? Does the Most High know anything? This is what the wicked are like. Always free of care, they go on amassing wealth. Whoever the psalmist is writing about, it sounds very like the Babylonians. So how can God use them in judgment over Judah? The psalmist is questioning God like Habakkuk here. But the psalmist continues, surely in vain I have kept my heart pure, and have washed my hands in innocence. All day long I've been afflicted. Every morning he brings new punishments. When I tried to understand all this, it troubled me deeply, just as it troubles Habakkuk, till I entered the sanctuary of God. Then I understood their final destiny. And the psalmist finishes with these words, when my heart was grieved and my spirit embittered, I was senseless and ignorant. I was a brute beast before you. Yet I am always with you. You hold me by your right hand. You guide me with your counsel, and afterwards you will take me into glory. Whom have I in heaven but you? And earth has nothing I desire besides you. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart, my portion forever. Those who are far from you will perish. You destroy all who are unfaithful to you. But as for me, it is good to be near God. I have made the sovereign Lord my refuge. I will tell of all your deeds. So bring what weighs you down to the Lord God. Trust in his eternal holiness and righteousness. One day he will right all wrongs. He will bring justice. Trust in his graciousness to you in Jesus, because we were part of the world. We were wicked before God, not deserving his grace. But thank him for his grace in Jesus. Pray that others will find it too.